When you really stop and think about your life, your career, your happiness, just your overall fulfillment, what's the one thing that connects it all? It's relationships. Seriously, the ability to connect with people, to relate to them effectively, that's the foundation of pretty much everything.
So, if relationships are that important, it brings up a huge question, not just for leaders, but for everybody. What's the real difference between someone who's just good and someone who's truly great? Is it just raw talent, a better strategy, working harder? Sure, all that stuff helps, but there's something else going on, something deeper.
John C. Maxwell's fantastic book, Be a People Person. He argues that the one thing that makes the biggest difference is mastering this art. And it's not just about, being friendly, it's a real set of skills that anyone can actually learn. So let's break down what those skills are, starting with the absolute bedrock principle.
Okay, this first and maybe most important principle isn't about your internal feelings. It's all about what you do, your external actions, how you intentionally decide to treat the people around you.
Yeah, I know, you've heard this a million times, right? The golden rule. But Maxwell says this is the absolute key to all human relations. But think about it. It's not a passive idea, it's an active command. It means you first have to figure out how you want to be treated, and then you go first. You treat others that way, no matter how they're acting at the moment.
Maxwell tells this fantastic story that just perfectly illustrates the point. He and his daughter are at a restaurant, and their waitress is just having an awful day. She's grumpy, unhelpful, you name it. But instead of getting annoyed, he decided to initiate kindness. He took out a $10 bill, showed it to her, and said he just wanted to make sure he could leave her a great tip. And just like that, everything changed. Her whole attitude shifted. See, he didn't treat her the way she was treating him. He treated her the way he wanted her to be.
So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, it really boils down to these 5 things that, let's be honest, we all want. We all want to be encouraged, right? Not torn down. We all want to feel appreciated. We all need a little forgiveness when we mess up. We have this deep need to feel like someone is actually listening to us. And finally, to feel understood. The big takeaway here is so simple. If you want these things from other people, you have to be the one to give them out first.
All right, so that's the outside game, how we should act toward other people. But now let's turn it inward for a minute. What is that special something that just pulls people towards certain individuals? We call it charisma.
Most of us think of charisma as this magical quality that you're either born with or you're not. But Maxwell says that's just flat out wrong. Charisma isn't magic. It's actually a set of skills and attitudes that you can learn. It's the learnable ability to make people want to be around you, to listen to you, and to follow you.
So let's break it down using the word itself. First up, C is for concern. This is really about your focus. It's the difference between walking into a room thinking, "Here I am," versus walking in and thinking, "Ah, there you are." It's all about genuinely caring and focusing on making other people feel good about themselves.
Next, we've got H for help. It's as simple as it sounds. People love helpers. If you get good at solving problems for others and you're always looking for ways to make their lives a little bit easier, you will never be short on friends.
Then there's A for action. Let's face it, charismatic people are not boring. They're the opposite of boring. There's always something exciting happening around them because they're the ones making things happen. They're initiators, and they bring an energy that people are drawn to.
The R stands for results. But wait, this isn't just about your own success. Yes, people with charisma get things done, but here's the key. They help other people win too. And everyone wants to be on a winning team, right? If you're the person who helps the whole group succeed, people are naturally going to gravitate towards you.
I is for influence, which is basically the definition of leadership. It's that ability to get people to follow you, not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to.
S stands for sensitivity. This is about being able to read the room. It's that skill of sensing the mood and the unspoken feelings in any situation and knowing how to respond. It means you're really tuned in to the people around you.
M is for motivation. And you want to know the secret of motivation? It's hope. That's it. Charismatic people are basically dealers in hope. They see the potential in people and situations, and they know how to help others see it too.
And the last letter, the second A, is for affirmation. Maxwell makes this incredible point that we often become what the most important people in our lives expect us to become. Affirmation is that powerful act of believing in someone and telling them so. It builds them up and it makes you someone they want to be around.
Okay, so we've got the golden rule for our actions, and we have charisma for our internal appeal. But what's the fuel? What's the engine that makes all of this work?
Well, it's the final piece of the puzzle. A solid, unshakable sense of self-confidence.
To really drive this home, Maxwell tells this great little story about a man who sold delicious hot dogs from a stand on the side of the road. And he was killing it. He had signs up, he was always talking to his customers, business was booming. But then his son, who had just graduated from college, came home with all this doom and gloom about a coming recession. He told his dad, "You need to be careful, the economic situation is terrible."
And you see what happened, right? The father thought, well, my son's the one with the college degree. He must know what he's talking about. His confidence was shaken. So he took down his signs, he stopped engaging with people, he cut back on his orders, and of course, what happened? His sales tanked. And then he said to his son, "You were right, we're in a terrible recession." His belief literally created his reality.
All right, so let's put this all together. How do we take these 3 big ideas and actually make them work for us? It's actually a pretty simple playbook when you break it down.
It really boils down to this simple 3-step playbook. Number 1, start with your actions. Just make a conscious effort to apply the golden rule. Number 2, work on your internal appeal. Intentionally practice those 8 traits of charisma: the concern, the help, the action, all of it. And number 3, power the whole thing by building and protecting your own self-confidence. That's the fuel that makes the entire engine run.
Look, this isn't just some interesting idea to think about. It's a real, practical guide. It's so easy to hear all this and think, yeah, that's great. I'll do that someday. But real change happens right now. So the question to leave you with is this: what is one small thing, one single action from this playbook that you're going to put into practice today?